What is going on, my fellow Marvel Rivals gamers? It's your boy, Coach Apxche, and today we're doing another Marvel Rivals VOD review for our boy, Jada Man. We're playing some Thing today. Diamond Thing gameplay, right? And if you guys don't already know how to play Thing, we'll go over the abilities and stuff. If you do, you can skip to the time stamp here. Alrighty, so we're going to skip the team up first so we can talk about the other abilities. So the first one is going to be your alternate fire. That's going to be basically a charge punch that allows you to leap forward, right? And hitting not only the enemy that you're aiming at, but people behind them as well, meaning that it pierces. This ability is also going to give you some shield. Personally, I like to mix this in with my primary fire, so I like to right click and then I'll throw some primary fires in there, right? Just throw the hands. But I do see a lot of players like to use it just on, over and over and over again, since it doesn't have a cooldown. Even though in my opinion, I think it lowers your DPS a little bit, but it does give you that shield game, that sustain. So that's something to keep in mind as well, right? So the next ability is going to be your leap, right? So this ability, what this ability is you will leap towards a teammate, right? So when you leap toward that teammate, not only will you gain damage reduction, but your teammate will gain damage reduction as well. This will be very good for following dives. This will be good for peeling for your teammates, right? You want to kind of use this ability as a way to maneuver around the map quickly, right? So you can go do things on the front line, go peel for your back line, and then jump back to the front line. Like, you could do a lot with this, right? So this ability is going to be really used just to kind of make yourself as mobile as possible without forcing yourself to dash all the time, right? And then your dash, this is going to be your form, your biggest form of just flat out mobility, right? But the thing with this is that your turn radius is really small. As well as at the end of your dash, you'll do a slam, and what that slam would do is it actually creates a AOE of grounding effect. And what that does is that doesn't allow anybody who's in that any enemies in that AOE to move, use any movement abilities. They can get out, right? But even when they get out, I think they might be grounded for a little bit longer as well. And then the last ability is going to be your ultimate ability, right? This ability is you as the Thing. You'll punch the ground, which will create a seismic like slam, I guess. And basically, you'll send forward like a little shockwave of rocks, and if someone, and I think an enemy gets hit, they'll get stunned, right? They'll get stunned, they'll get knocked up. Also, your slam knocks up too. Forgot to state that, right? And that's just that'll be ability. Just it's kind of like compared to Strange Ult, but in a straight line, right? Basically, knock people up in the air, they get stunned, easy pickings, right? And then to fall back to the final ability, which is going to be your team up, and the reason why I did that last because you won't always have it. This is because of the suit, right? This basically, you'll clap your hands together, slam your hands together, whatever you want to do, fist bump yourself. And it's going to give you shields, right? Little shields on your body. That's just going to give you some damage reduction. I'm not sure the exact amount, but it's enough to matter, right? So basically, whenever you want to go in, right, you can pop your shields as you engage. Whenever you want to, just throw the hands, pop your shields. When you want to get out, pop your shields, get out, right? Things like that, right? So that's just a survivability tool. But what I want to preface, what I want to emphasize, is that if you are using it, really want to make sure that you're doing something with it. Because I'm not really the cooldown is probably like 30 seconds, like other team ups. So that's basically a whole fight. So if you use it in the wrong time, you're not gonna have it, and it's gonna make a big difference. Without further ado, let's get into the gameplay. Let's go. The way I like to think about defense here is I like to either defend at the choke or I like to be pushed up. Why? Just due to the fact of how narrow this is, right? And either, you can hold them at spawn, right, and just deny them getting this flank route for free, or you can allow them to come to you, but now they have access to this, and then they'll fight for it, but then they'll also have access to that, right? So I'm a big proponent of just denying flank routes. Obviously, you can have somebody here to watch this, which is probably the easiest flank route. So watching this early on is definitely going to be important for your team, but that's not necessarily your responsibility, right? That could be a name or throwing a squid, yada yada. When it comes to your positioning, when I look at your team comp, your team comp is extremely brawly. Like, you have AOE heals, you basically have healers that can heal everyone all at once. You have great tanks that are great for getting in there and mixing it up, as well as one of your DPS is also great at fighting up. Obviously, your Namor is a more pokey pick, which is good because it kind of covers your bases. With that being said, I would want you guys to hold up. So you as a Thing, right? You as a player that I'm coaching, I really want to emphasize you being the leader, being the voice, right? That's really important in ranked. Somebody's got to lead, and why not be you if you want to control your games, right? So if I'm you, I'm saying, hey guys, we have an extremely brawly comp. I want to hold them at their spawn and go about it that way. So let's see. So we're walking up here, which is cool. It looks like you're walking up. It looks like you have that idea, right? Me personally, I would hold up even farther. I know it sounds weird, but like, I'd hold up here. Because no matter what, if they're going to take the fight, if they take it from here, they can poke, they can go back and spawn anyways. Obviously, if you're here, that gives them more of a reason to go into spawn. Maybe that will kind of give you, it gives you a reason to kind of play a little bit back here. But I think my issue here is that if you play right there, they have the high ground advantage. They have a health pack here, right? And they have a lot of cover. So why give them all these opportunities to get angles on you when you can press them up and you can kind of deny them from crossing here and getting to this side and getting these angles, right? So that's why I would say walk up. Just keep in mind that they have the spawn to run to. Healers can play from spawn, so healers won't die. But I think the most important thing about playing up is not necessarily about getting the frags. If you can, that's cool. It's more about denying, like wasting time, right? And if you lose the fight up here, I'm very confident that you will get a refight. Like there's no way that they're going to stop you from getting a refight, right? So keep that in mind. Unless they counter strange portal, yada yada. So here we are, right? Their comp is very front to back as well. They do have a Scarlet who can flank around the left side. Nice grounding on them. Boom, pop your shield. Might as well just have that sustain so you can brawl this out as hard as you can. Yeah, nice. So I would like that. I would like that shield. Like you want to engage there, right? So literally charge in, slam, pop that shield, go to right clicking, right? Like give yourself as much a sustain as possible, right? Make yourself extremely hard to kill. Now it's unfortunate, right? Because it looks like somebody crossed over the back and you got 3 guys peeling for this. So I wouldn't say this is necessarily your fault. If your team agreed that you all want to fight up here, that's cool. The issue comes down to your team kind of falling back. Like what should have happened is you should have had everybody with you, and then oh no, the Psylocke went over here and dashed across. Now Namor and like Namor and Sue like peel for that, right? Sue gives Namor a shield, so now she has to fight him with a shield, right? And he gets heals. Like they'll be cool. They can 2v1 her, right? So the fact that they pulled back is not necessarily on you, because the correct play definitely is to play up. It looked like they were going to play up with you, but they kind of just made the bad judgment call. So I would say that's not necessarily something I can correct. The only thing I can correct is that I feel like you should have just used your shield. Be a little bit more, be tanky. So cool. You lost your tanks, but you still kind of have a tank thing here. So at this point, what I would do if I were you is I would kind of let them know, hey guys, can we just back up a little bit? We can still contest, but like, just stay. The main thing is we need to live here. Might be a moment where you need to swap to the Strange just to ensure that you get back as fast as possible. Well, actually, Emma got res, so you're fine. You have another tank to contest. So yeah, it's unfortunate that we have staggers. I'd go underneath, yeah. Oh no, underneath's no. Underneath's faster. You took the long route. Alright, so we're down. Leap to your teammate. So I definitely would have leaped to your Emma just to give her that DR, and then right as you leap, after you leap to her, I would have leaped to my fantastic. You're down to support, you're down to sustain. Give your teammate some damage reduction. See that right there? Like you see how like you still have these abilities, right? Like you're walking away. Yeah, you don't have healers, but like you're walking away without using these. You could have leapt to your guy, right? Popped your shield, gave him DR, right? And then when a support came, you could have leapt closer to them, and you could have which would have gave them DR, as well as you get more DR, right? So like, just make sure we're buffing our teammates. But you still have a refight here. There's no reason to back up. Right now, you can call out for your other tank. Hey, I'm gonna touch again here. I need you to swap this Strange. You need to come back with Strange, right? You need to get back as fast as possible. You have both your supports. You have both your abilities here. You can have maybe Sue sneak on for the touch. You leap to Sue. She double jumps out, right? So now you have the DR while you're in there. You pop your shield when your DR is about to drop. So now you have your DR into your shield, or you can just go in there with your shield because it's risky to send her in there. But you're going with shield, right? And you start brawling it out. And you got 2 supports to keep you alive. And hopefully, homie has his respawn back. And if we check, he does, right? So you go in there for the touch. Even if you die, you've stopped them from capping. Strange portal comes in, you guys are ready to go, and hopefully by the time you either get respawn, you come back in, or you've died quick enough to where the portal's still up so you can jump back through. But I would 100% look for a refight here because we can strange touch. Don't want to give them this for free. But it seems like you've kind of given up on the idea already. And I feel like this is because of a lack of communication. Definitely feel confident in refighting that. Just gotta let them know, hey man, you gotta go strange. We gotta get back. Yeah. So here we are, right? Remember, our team comp is brawly, right? So we don't want to take these long engagements, because what's going to happen is you're going to play there, and they're going to just slowly push the cart to here, right? And you're giving them all that space for what? You need to like get to this room, right? And you need to fight from like here. That's what I would say. I'd say fight from here. Maybe you can have like, you know, just be wary of that right side, or your Penny can like set up her nest in here to kind of deny that as well. But like, you want to play as close as possible, right? Like playing back here, you're giving the cart a lot of room to move, as well as you're effectively doing nothing back here. So you have to close the distance somehow. Yeah. It should be good. I like the way you jump back. You gave your team some DR, as well as you ate some hits. There we go. Now we're in the range we want to be in. I'd go back in. Go back in. Or look for Clobber right here. Clobber, 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 Clobber. Yes! Finish this fight. Nice. Good kill. Round him. Nice. He can't dash anymore. Nice. Good job. Now, yo, press them. You do not let them breathe. We are a brawl comp. They are not allowed to breathe. I want to fight them close. Like, I don't want them to have any space. Do not let them breathe. I'm playing right here probably. You know, I got LOS from supports playing from this corner. They got a health pack. I'm here. Like, I'm not letting them breathe, man. Like, I don't want them to feel like they can control any space. Hold up. Hold up. No! They're on thing now, too. Like how you're playing this corner here. But now you're kind of exposing yourself to them. Now you got rid of Beacon. Your Penny's going in here, so you... Yeah. So we know we got one in the backline. I wouldn't hard peel for that. I'm calling my team to walk forward, right? Like, there's like I said, we want to be grouped. Our healers are strongest when we're in a line, when we're in a bubble, right? They start to feel worse when we're so spread out, right? So the calm here is, hey guys, I know she's back there, walk forward, fight forward, right? If she comes behind us, the more soothe, you take care of them, everybody else fight forward, right? But like, y'all need to just like stay as a group and just deny space, deny. And I know y'all are probably not at stack, right? But still, like, you can communicate this stuff to them. And I'm pretty sure that if you give good comms and if they make sense, people will follow. We get the pick there, but I think we also lost somebody in return. Yeah. Lost fantastic. We lost 2. So now we're down 2. We're about to be down 3. I don't think this is a fight we want to take. You should probably jump to your support. Or jump to your teammate, yeah. I would have jumped to my teammate and then dashed out. Why? Give them DR so they can just tank that hit and then just leave. Because right now, y'all are fighting a fight y'all can't win. Y'all are going to slowly die, slowly dwindle. Or you're going to force out a support ult. So now we use 2 ults to fight for that corner, 3 ults to fight for this corner. This is going to be really bad because the... Oop, they res. Everybody's back up, and they're about to have some ults as well. Running in here is... Ooh. Huge ult. I would say, yeah. The ult is... You have to ult here. Yeah. What I was going to say is running in there with no attention is no bueno. But coming in the ult is worth. Nice. So now we need to have the understanding that they're going to Psylocke ult in this next fight. And there it is. But she... Oh, that's a mistake by her. She winning without forcing any cooldowns. Yeah, she fucked that up. So yeah. That was going to be your biggest threat for that fight. Just due to the fact that... Obviously, you wasted everything. But she just is impatient. Once again, like, you win that fight, right? Like, let's go back. Right? Boom, dead. Like, look at this. So she's dead. We have 10 seconds. Right? We know she's dead. Walk, walk, walk. Get to that corner. Get to the corner. Get to the corner. Like, we won that fight. And what does that fight? What do fights normally give us? They give us space. They either secure space or they give us space, right? So you've earned this space here, right? Go take it. Get back to that corner. Force that fight again. Like I said, we don't want to let them get this space for free. Like if the mindset is carts over here, right, and they just need to get to the cart, they don't gotta walk down main. They can walk wherever they want to walk, and you're gonna fight them here, compared to meet them at this corner and kind of forcing the fight here. Like, so instead of like forcing a fight at this line, what's gonna end up happening, I'm pretty sure, is the fight's gonna end up happening around here. And I'll press play and we'll see. Let me redraw the lines so I can prove my point. So where I believe the fight should take place versus where I feel like the fight is going to take place. So they're poking, prodding, but I don't consider this a fight until you're like engaged, right? Look at this, like boom, boom, boom. No one's really engaging anything, just poking, poking, and prodding. Right now, you're starting to engage yourself. Right? You're still not even in, but look, boom. Now the fight's really starting to break out. People are starting to fight. Bam. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, nothing's really starting to happen until people cross this line. Whereas you could have forced it up here. Boom. Now this is where stuff really begins. You see what I'm saying? So like, that's exactly my point. Where I was like, the fight's probably gonna happen right here. You know, and basically Strange goes by, thing goes by, bang. But it like, y'all don't really start doing nothing until this comes here. And even at that, I feel like y'all weren't fighting hard enough. Right? So I would say just definitely take advantage of taking space. And it don't gotta be no intricate calm like walk up. We gotta fight this because we want to get 2 fights. Like, literally just like walk up and be like, take space, take space, take space, fight the corner. Right? And most people are gonna follow you because they're not gonna just let you feed. You know, at least competent players will. You gotta. And I know, like, I'm a kind of guy that likes to assume people don't know what they're doing until they prove to me. But what I would say is just play the right way, and if they prove to you that you can't play that way, then hey. Jump to him. Oh, jump. Yeah, jump. Use your jump. Leap, 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 leap. Another time takes. Okay, so now the cart's a little farther behind. So, but I still think y'all can take space, right? Because you have characters that can move really quickly. Like, I want to take space here. Cart's back here. I don't want to take the fight at this corner again. I would like to take it at least up here. Somewhere, right? Because you can, like I said, Penny Nest can be here, which will spread out to here, right? Because, you know, and then you'll know if they're walking by, you'll hear something, right? And then, you know, you can play up here. Fantastic can kind of play around you. And Namor can play here. If anything sneak, you know, with the supports, if anything sneaks by, they'll hear it. You run, you jump. Like, you can get back fast enough, right? But I just want us to take space here. I feel like that's going to be like your biggest hindrance in the rank that you're currently in, is just the lack of space taking. Because you're winning fights. It's like you're going to work, right? And then when you're supposed to get your paycheck, they're like, well, you got paid. They're like, you got to come pick your check up. And you're like, I don't know. They do have a TP with 46 seconds left. That's something to be aware of. But you could have just, like I said, got back really quickly. Oh, they're going to go through the portal with that. Oof. That was spooky. Yeah. Yeah, but with playing up, possibly could have just interrupted the portal anyways, with an ult or a net or whatever, right? As well as you could have just you like, once you would have heard like freaking whatever portal here, right? Like, you know they're gonna portal. So you just jump back to your team and you're playing on high ground. Wait for them to portal. They portal. Okay, we know they're there. Oh no, she's pure chaos saying hide, and then go in after it, right? I'm not a big fan of you chasing stuff because you're kind of slow and you're like forced to use cooldowns to do so. So I'll just kind of let your DPS do what they got to do. It's annoying that she's up there. Somebody should contest her and you should be able to jump to them. I look for, yo, honestly, 10 seconds left. 10 seconds left. You know she's gonna ult. I'm ulting mid probably. I mean, I don't think that they can block it with shields. But like, is it just worth to just ult the mid? Then again, like when I was saying that somebody's probably gonna contest her. Oof, yeah, probably should have jumped to your homie, or he needs to be getting healed somehow. But he should get rest. I would ult soon. 3, 2, 1. Ult, 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 ult. There we go. I would have did it a little faster. Left clicker, left clicker. Like right there, like you don't need the extra shields you're not getting shot at, right? So just left clicker. Be faster. And for it. That's unfortunate.
I am ready to put on a show.
They're ulting forward. I mean, I like you're gonna build ult really fast here. Pop your shield, pop your shield, pop your shield. Oh, you got to ult. You don't need to force it right now. I'm gonna use some left clicks, man. I'd ult. I'd ult. I don't know why they're waiting till you're so low. But like, let me see. I don't know if you use your shield either. Look, you still have this cooldown, right? Jump to your teammate for DR, right? And then, so watch. Boom, they're ulting. You don't want to be here no more. Jump to your teammate for DR. Jump, pop your bubble. Bubble. Pop the bubble, brother. You're not using the bubble. Pop the bubble. It's clobbering time. Like, brother, pop the dang bubble. You need the shields. This is kind of showing that you're not super comfortable on the thing because you're not aware of your team up. Like even me, when I play certain characters, I forget I have a team up. But those are usually the characters that I'm not comfortable on enough. Like, I haven't played enough to where, like, the second I know I have a team up, like, that's an ability that's engraved in my mind. So I would say maybe you just got to keep playing them more, especially if you got somebody you can play that can play Sue for you. Or just playing them when you got a Sue in casuals or whatever. But just get used to using that thing, man. It's strong. Here we go. Coming in. Boom. Bubble. You want a brawl? Pop the bubble. Pop it, brother. It's there. It takes like half a second. Oi! Oh my gosh. Now you pop it. Nice. Good defense. Before we get into offense, the two things that made it hard for you, not using your team up, and you're just like, you're not comprehending the kind of comp you have, right? Always look at, what does my team have? What does that mean? How do we have to play? And then just talk about, like, just to get your team to try to play that way, right? We got to walk up, we're brawl. We got to walk up, we're brawl. We're melee. We need to be up in their face. You know what I'm saying? Like, because the thing you don't want as a melee comp team is for them to have multiple angles on you, playing it from a distance. You want to close that gap. All right, we're on attack. Let's go. Same comp. Cool, I'm rocking with it. See, you're punching for the shields, but I would have liked if you would have popped your shield, right? Pop your shield and then use your dash to cross, right? And now you're here. So now they have to worry about two sides. They're going to do one of two things. They're going to play here and let you punch them in the back, or they're going to back up, and while they're backed up, you punch this wall, right? So that you can open it up. Another thing too is if you didn't waste your double jump, you could have got here, you could have double jumped to high ground, and now you have a flank route. You can get into their back line a lot easier, right? But yeah, you guys are up one right now. Big chillin'. Still got your bubble. Have some DR. Start fighting forward. Jump to your teammate. Yes. Punch your stone. Yep. Yeah, bubble. Pop your bubble. Come on. Pop that bubble, sir. Pop it. Yes. Hell yeah. Left clicks. Yes. Left click, left click, left click. Yes. Or for you, primary fire. RT, RT, RT. Nice, good job. They portaling? They don't make it in time.
Get that vehicle to its destination. Vortex field.
Remember, anytime you want to fight, pop that bubble, man. Pop that bubble, man. Yes! I don't like it before you go in, so you just have that, you know, you got that, that grit, you know what I'm saying? Got level for you. I don't them. I don't them. I don't them. I don't them. Because your boy's ulting. I think you might be able to kill through cloak ult if he's ulting and your teammates are punching. Yeah, bro. Oh, they're in a straight line. They think so. Here's the thing about ults, right? And this is why like I like to advocate for like running like the Hawkeyes and stuff, because Hawkeye and Strange is actually a disgusting combo that people don't play enough. But this is a perfect example. If you clobber right here, right? Imagine them all grouped and he's just ha 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 ha, and then you're just all shooting them. They die, bro. Like there's no amount of healing that's gonna sustain through that. He's hitting for like 150 a slam, right? So he's he's damn near one-shotting people. So imagine if you just shoot them. Cloak ult's not saving nothing, brother. Especially because it doesn't stack anymore. It's not saving nothing. This is a clobber time if I've ever seen one, man. You gotta throw that, John. Another thing too that people don't think about is like, oh well, I'm ulting into their ult. What is it gonna do? Or it's giving that ult value. Sometimes by you using an ult like clobber, right? So let's say they pop this and they're not there now, but let's say they're all in a straight line and you clobber them. That effectively makes that ult useless because that ult is it's a slight defensive ult, but it also gives damage amp, right? So like by you ulting and stunning people, yeah, they're getting the shields, cool, but they're not getting the amp. So you're just kind of denying that ult, because what this ult does, it allows them to take space, and that's what they're going to do with the ult. They're going to take space, and space is like currency, right? So they're popping an ult, by you trading an ult into it, it's like, oh, but I didn't kill them, but you denied them walking forward. They obviously didn't use it appropriately because they didn't gain much. They just held the corner. They used 2 ults to hold the corner, 3 ults. Yeah, they used a lot, so by all means, you held your ult. Cool. What are we doing? Okay, she dies. Thank the Lord. But still, like, we're down members. We can't really do anything here. Oh, if they let y'all live, this is crazy. They're trolling. Don't go too deep. You're kind of by yourself. You're looking for a clobber. I can feel it. Yeah. You're a little too early. A little too early. Your team's just getting back. You hit one. So your ult was kind of rushed. I definitely would have chilled a little bit. Timing, brother, timing. Jump to him. Yes, body block. He's still gonna kill him, I think. Yeah, I'm for it. Yes, I like them. You mixing in them left clicks. I think he gets her. Oh, no, she got a health back. Nice, she dies now. Oh no. Gotta be careful, she's gonna be shooting you in the back. Yeah, you gotta be careful with just sitting in the open, especially when you don't have a shield. Like, you're taking a lot of damage, forcing your supports to ult. She didn't get nothing. Cool. Play behind the cart, right behind the cart. Don't even look at the cloak. No. I would have just played behind cart and just kept punching. You probably would have built your ults up. So, about being a tank, right? Being a tank is having the understanding that you're probably going to die a lot more than you want to, right? People think that's like that's kind of the support thing, but like a tank is like you need to have like the willingness to die, right? So like right here, right? Like you have a teammate up here. Like, if I'm you, I'm jumping to this guy, and I'm giving him DR, and then I'm getting behind the cart really quickly, right? Because he's probably looking to backpedal here. So I'm trying to jump to him while he's backpedaling. You're going to give him that DR, and you're going to play here, right? And you're going to just right-click, and you're going to be hitting 3 per time, maybe even 4, right? and you're going to get your ult. And then as long as you're healthy enough, you can probably look for it here. But what you do here is you back up, right? This guy's still fighting. Doesn't have the DR, but he should have, right? And you're kind of just like not doing anything, right? He dies anyways, right? That's already a death. And now that he's dead, other people are going to fall as well because he's a big part of your front line. Boom, right? Like, so I would rather you die here if it means your team wins the fight, right? And that's the mentality you need to have as a tank a lot of the times is I'm trading my life for the greater good. Like, people might flame you for your stat line, but it's about doing the right thing. Oof. But I'm happy you're using your bubble more. Oof. Remember, play around cover as much as you can. Play around that card as much as you can. Play around the corner as much as you can. Because taking any unneeded damage is a no-no. You have Clobber. I would just try to sneak up a little bit. Gil, you can gain more ground than where you're at right now. Hey, look, if I'm you, look. Walk up. Right? That's broken, so you can't cross there. But you can just... You can get like about... You could get all the way up to here. Heck, maybe you could drop and cross here. Once you have more teammates here. I wouldn't drop without your teammates being close, but you could posture here. They push you, your team's close enough. If not, your team gets about to that choke. You can look to get around here. Like, oh no, the thing. You get closer, get closer, get closer. Now you're here, right? You can use your dash. You can get all the way to this corner, right? And if they fight you, they're looking at you, but they're turning their back to your team. Like, pathing is really important, right? And if you get really good at pathing, boom, 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 boom. Hold, boom, hold. Get to this corner, bang, right? It's all about putting yourself in really good positions. We're walking up here. Like, look. This guy, our boy Girth. Like, this is my exact thought process. Like, look how he's look at his pathing. It's look at his pathing. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, you see his mentality. He wants to close the gap as much as he can and turn heads. This is exactly how you need to play the video game. And imagine you're there with him, right? And then you end your dash here instead of turning it here. Like, you got to remember, you are a frontliner, you're a brawler, right? But you're not a shield tank, right? So, like, she can do a really good job at holding, like you know, specific corners and enabling things with her shield, right? And then if somebody wants to press her, she can kick them back, things like that, right? You cannot do that. So you need to, like, when you're playing Thing, you need to get out of the mentality of, I need to be in front of my teammate. No, you need to be on strong angles. Yes, you're going to jump to teammates to enable them, but this is not a moment where I need to be in front of my team, because you're just going to eat needless damage, and it's like, it's so much. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just can't compared to being here. Like, imagine you're here and they're trying to fight you. They're, like I said, they're turning their heads away from your team. So they're looking at one, and while 5 are shooting them in the back. Dang, unfortunate that Suo comes out like that. Get to that corner. Nice, good ult. Hit 2 at least. Jump to you. Just jump to him. You're not going nowhere, but you're giving him DR. Yes. I like this dash. But I want you to maintain that, like, pinch. So, like, I know I'm pausing a lot, sorry. But, like, I want you to maintain that, like, that pinch that you got going on here. Look, so as you can see, look. Boom, 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 dash. Huge dash. Keep going. I want you to end your dash. Like, instead of, like, trying to get the slam on them, I want you to end it here, right? And the reason why, right, is because now, instead of putting the field on them and they walk out, right, you put it behind them. So now if they back up, they can't move. So they're kind of forced to go forward, right? As well as you're hitting them in the back. So now you got your boy Thing over here, right? And then you got your team over here. And now they're stuck in the middle, right? And you can still get healing. You're still going to get healed. Maybe not as much, but, like, you're forcing them into your team, right? They have to make a decision. Do they fight into you while turning their back? Like, their back has to be to somebody. But when you go here, right, and then you kind of back up, now they can fight everybody all at once instead of, you know, you creating that split. Yeah. Remember, jumping to your teammates gives you DR too. So sometimes, like, even if it's a short range jump, like it's okay. Okay to do a short range jump. Like we don't have to be afraid of doing that. Coming in, Jay's coming in. Jump, 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 jump. Give them DR. Hey, come on. Yes, okay. Nice, good slam. Big slam. You have ult. You have ult. Now pop that John. It's clobbering time. Clobber. It's OT. I don't care if you use the ult. Nice. Left click, left click, left, just left click. Thankfully, your other tank's ulting. Yeah, I would have ulted there. I would have committed it. Because I don't want to lose at the checkpoint. But we'll get it again. Also, I don't know if you have the setting on, but using hold to run is nice because then you can do insta slams on the ground instead of having to double click it. I'm not sure if you have that setting on. Slam. I'd slam. I would kill that push in its tracks. Us against the world, right? It's clobbering time. Like literally, I will kill this fight in its tracks. I'm not even letting them follow that ult in. But since you don't, right? They get the space, right? And this goes back to your ult may not kill anything, but it will stop pushes. On for it. On for it. No way. Oh, she gets two still. Wait, you okay? Okay. For it. Oh, they're dumping stuff. Y'all get another fight. What is that? Oh. Oh, Jay on the tried and true. He said I could do this all day. Not much we can do here. Your other tank's not alive. Oh no. I would have peeled for point here. I'm not gonna lie. The other tank's not alive. Got that pick. Ugh, I'm for it. Yeah, I would have stayed on point just to help your teammates a little bit. Try to see if you can build your ult. Just due to the fact that your other tank was dead. And I think you're fantastic with about to fall over. But yeah, man. That's the end of the VOD review, so you know what time it is, chat. It's the infamous note time. Alright, so these are going to be your notes for today, right? So, note number 1 is use your dang team up. I ain't gotta say much about that, man. Only thing I gotta say is whenever you want to fight, whenever you want to do something that involves taking a lot of damage, you pop it. You pop it, man. It's as simple as that. There's just no ifs, ands, or buts. Use your team up. No excuse. We started using it a little bit more on attack, but I definitely want to just see it more in general. Use that thing, man. Number 2, space is like money, man. Can't let it go for free. Come on, Jay. I know you a money man. I know you like to make that money, right? So when you win them fights and that space is there for you to take, it's like money. If you see $100 bills on the floor, like 20 feet away, you're not going to pick that joint up. You're going to be like, somebody else can have it. No, hell no. You're going to take that $100. Maybe not. Maybe you're a millionaire. Maybe you don't care about $100. But I do. I'm taking that hundo, right? So number 3 is sync with the ship. Now I'm not telling you to always die, bro, but like sometimes you have to die for the cause, right? Your death is going to equal a team fight win, and it sucks, right? Because when you die, you're putting the hands of the game into your teammates' hands, and there will be times where it feels like that's just the wrong thing to do, and okay, when you can adjust, right? But for the most part, you want to put yourself in the right position, doing the right things, which may equal you dying, but will equal your team getting more value. Like, for example, I play Venom, and a lot of the times, You know, there's times where I can technically get out, but I won't, because me hitting that extra shot, me distracting that healers for that extra second means something else dies. And if something else dies, I'm going to get back a lot faster than they are. So I'm not even pressed, right? So sometimes you got to sync with the ship. Whatever you're doing, you might die, and that's okay, right? And then the last tip is going to be ults don't always have to get frags. Your mentality shouldn't be, oh, if I'm not getting I can't get a kill with this, so I can't use it. No, sometimes ults to counter other ults, or ults to just like deny space, are fine. Like if I'm playing Scarlet Witch, for example, and I know an enemy team, they pop Luna ult because they want to get to the choke, and I pop my ult in a way that they can't kill me, but it denies them walking through the choke, they're not going to walk through. And I just basically denied that Luna ult for about, what? How long does Scarlet ult take to go off? Like 5 seconds? That's half the Luna ult gone. Right? So, for example, when Cloak, in your game, when the Cloak was Cloak ulting in, right? Clobber, you stun half our team. So now Cloak's in our backline with no help, right? Oh, she can't die. I promise you, if 5 people shoot her, she gonna die, right? So you clobber the enemy team, and they can't play the game. So now they're Cloak ulting in with 2 people. Like, imagine that. Would you want to Cloak in with just you and your tank? No, right? That sounds dumb. So by you ulting, you basically force that, right? So always have that in mind. Other than that, I did complain about things in the beginning, not complain, but point them out. And you slowly started to do those things, and you started to do them a little bit more, which is good. Which means the brain, the cog wheels they're turning, right? Which is good. I definitely can see that you're not super comfortable and think you know how to play them, but the comfortability's not just there yet. Not at least for the level that you're at right now. You're at like Diamond GM. You got to be a little bit more comfortable to be pulling that character out in those scenarios, in my opinion. Right? So I'll just say put a little bit more practice. You'll be totally fine. Just like I said, make sure you're using your team up. Don't be afraid to die. As well as, man, get that money. Get that space, right? So yeah. Without further ado, chat, this is the end of the VOD review. For anybody else who's looking to get coaching, you know what to do. Link down below in the description will lead you to my Discord, which will lead you to my VOD review submission channel. It's where you can submit a VOD request, and hey, maybe you get some coaching for free. And yeah, if you enjoy these videos, please leave a like, comment down below if you got any other tips you want to throw in there, if I missed anything, you know, from anything mange or whatever, right? And yeah, just have discussions, you know, respect other people's opinions, right? Even if they're wrong. And yeah, let's get better together, chat. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.